Miss with a dozen roses, such would astound you. The joy of children laughing around you. These are the makings of you. It is true, the makings of you. The righteous way to go, little one would know.
It's the God day. Okay, we setting it off right. There was no way in the world, in heaven or in hell, that I could start off this God Day celebration without my sister Jazzie J of Sumthin from the Culture, the CEO who is taking the internet and hip hop by storm. Okay, hip hop, community, everything. When I say everything, everything. So we doing Gemini Edition, 21 questions. Ask a question, get an answer. So it becomes my honor and privilege at the time to introduce something other than one, the only Jazzie J.
Going on, birthday boy. Cook it up, cook it up, cook it up, cooking with Born, cooking with Born.
What's good? How you
birthday,
feeling,
bro? Like, this is an honor today to be here.
Look at it. Look at this. Look, we all here and look who in this motherfucker today. God damn it, look at this. Look at this motherfucker.
Oh, shoot, salute.
Okay. Look. Look, let
Other
me
big
tell
bro in
you.
the house.
Shout out to Dr.
How does it feel to be 21, sir?
It's a beautiful day. Forever 21.
Right, forever 21.
Yeah. Forever 21. I was 21 100 years ago. 21 years old. Let me see. 21 years old. Let me do it like that. 21 years old. I had already been to combat.
Mm-hmm. Oh. You froze, bro. Well, big bro froze while we wait for him to come back. Let me just wish a very happy birthday to my big bro.
All right, come here.
I was giving you a birthday message when you was away.
A beautiful day in this neighborhood.
Look,
as soon as I said combat, that shit shut down. Like, hold on. So about 21, I had seen combat. I had been to Haiti. I had switched jobs in the army twice.
Mm-hmm.
And I was upstate New York and overseas by 20.
That's a lot. It's a lot of accomplishment.
Then I was on my way to war again for the second time. That was crazy. It's okay. So it just happened to be like that. So anyways, 21 questions over here. We in the building. Jazzie J, ladies first. First question for you, ma'am.
Let me see. Let me start off easy, then keep things up.
Nah, fuck it. Go hard. Go hard or go
home. Okay, shit. Fuck it. Who? Your worst guess.
My worst guess. My worst guess experience. is harmful. Okay, it's very harmful right now. I say worst guest, but then I'm gonna explain it. My
Okay.
worst guest experience was Papa Wu. Rest in peace.
Wow. Yeah.
So my
Rest in peace.
worst. You remember the experience, right? You remember the experience. You remember how amped I was. I was excited. You understand what I'm saying? And I was like, yeah, we got to reconnect. It's been forever, blah, blah, blah. So I'm hyped for this interview. Now, the day before, DJ Johnny Juice, he just hit me up earlier too. The first DJ of public interview. So I start off Saturday with him. I get the greatest hip hop BX story, the real one, not the one that's in the textbooks that people were talking about. I got the greatest hip hop story from the blackout of '73. From the blackout and the garbage strike and all that '73 history that led up to this motherfucking thing that we call hip hop now, was just rap back then. So I'm like, yeah. So I'm in, I'm hyped. And then Sunday, I'm like, yeah, popping food. You know what I'm saying? So I'm ready. And he's on the interview like he don't want to be there.
Oh wow.
So he's on the interview like he don't want to be there. And then I find out after why he's like that. I ain't never seen him or heard him on nobody interview. He had just came from seeing Free Murder upstate. So you don't go from seeing your son cased up to an interview.
Right.
And if I would have known, I'm a father. You understand?
Right.
I would have never. But I say worst guest experience because I didn't get another opportunity to correct that.
Right.
Never got up. Like we talked and built and everything and blah blah blah. And then the the real old dirty book was coming out. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get this second chance, first impression type situation. We could connect the dots and all this. And he passed before I got a chance to get that real interview. And he see me, be like, yo, the guy, oh, okay, I ain't know, blah blah. But worst guest experience based off of that. Based off of that right there, it was something crazy because, I love for the guy. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we did the tribute, we did everything. Matter of fact, his daughter hit me up earlier today. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's real love can't be replaced. Real love can't be replaced. So, worst guest experience was based off of that. All right. So, best guess on something for the culture, okay? Go through the pantheon.
You said what?
Best guess today. Who is the best guess on something for the culture today? Today. Right now, today.
I personally would have to say, I mean, there's so many that I consider that I would put in that category, but to narrow it down, I'll give you two. My best two. Is that cool?
Yes.
My best two would be Bill Duke. And I would say Christopher Scott.
Okay.
And if y'all don't know who Christopher Scott is, Christopher Scott was wrongly convicted in Texas back in the 90s, and he did a substantial amount of time locked up behind bars, only for them to find out his story never changed. Only for the people to find out that he did not do the damn crime that they said he committed. He spent I think 20 years behind bars or something like that, and they paid him only $1 million for that. So he was one of my favorites because just his story alone, like, just was so captivating, and you know, to see a black man go through that, and our judicial system is already not for us as it is, and to see a brother go through that, still come out smiling, still coming out on top, because now he's going on to help other men in that situation. Him and two other dudes that were also wrongly convicted. They've teamed up and to help other dudes. That's an amazing thing. And as he was telling his story, it was just so like sad. Like, it was just sad to lose that amount of time for something you didn't do. And the reason why I said Bill Duke is because I am a big Bill Duke fan. Let me just tell, for those who don't know me, I'm a huge Bill Duke fan. I've watched a lot of his stuff. And when I landed that interview, like, I was so like, bro, you remember, I was like ecstatic. Like, I was ecstatic. And for him to say to me after the interview that he was so impressed with how I interviewed him, the things that I asked him, like, I was just like in awe. That's why it's one of my favorites. Back at you, bro.
I asked the question. It's your turn now. You have to ask me a question.
Yeah, back at you. Okay. So,
Simon says.
Let me see another good one. Okay. Let's take it back to one of your episodes. Okay. What do you feel went wrong with the Cassidy interview?
I listened to that interview one time, and it was technical difficulties on both of our ends. And that's the lesson that I had to learn in regards to upgrading the technology. Because I heard the intro, he didn't. So then I had to do it again, and then he heard it. But it wasn't the same.
Right. That moment.
I lived for that moment. You know what I'm saying? I still work from the AM to the PM. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready. I'm ready for that. I'm ready for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready for that. You hot up. You ready to the hot line. I'm ready to the hot. So I was ready. I think I was so ready, but my technology wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying? So it was, it was awful on both ends based on the technology. I'm just listening. I'm like, oh, we was glitching. There was all kinds of stuff that was happening that you don't know live. You just in the moment. All right. But yeah, that was it. Lesson learned. Be prepared for eventualities and all kinds of things. You know what I'm saying? So
very true. Back at you, bro.
Okay. A defining moment for you as a woman, and a defining moment for you as a podcast host, CEO, journalist, media mogul, fashionista.
Okay, so the first part, defining moment for me as a woman, I would say probably when I gave birth to my last child, because I went through I had a hard pregnancy. It was a lot, and I was in and out of the hospital, ultimately had to stay in there for a while due to preeclampsia and all of that, and wound up having an emergency C-section and all that. And just to from when she finally came out, it was just like, oh wow, like I went through all of this to get this at the end. Like, it was just like, I don't know, it was just like a kind of euphoria moment for me at that time when I was, in the operating room when they, presented her to me. So that's for that part of the question. For the other part, the defining moment as a podcaster, and I would probably have to say this season. Season 8 showed me a lot, a lot. Like, cause I am one to doubt I was doubting myself a lot over the past seasons, even though I love what I do and I love where my platform has gone from the beginning up until this point. But there was a lot of doubt within there before this season. And this season really kind of just showed me like, yeah, I am a force to be reckoned with. Like I'm like, yeah. With the little Janelle girl say, can't nobody fuck with me at all. All right, let me see. Question for you, bro. You know what? I've never asked you this, and I'm gonna ask you this. As many people I've asked this on my platform, I'm gonna ask you. What would you want your legacy to be known for, bro?
I just got a text from one of my brothers who I've known since July of 1996.
Mm-hmm.
July 1996. Not like my physical brother. We got the same mother, same father.
Brother from another mother.
Brother from another struggle. We met in
Oh,
military school.
oh,
We met in
okay.
military school, so he met me when I was a young militant.
Young whippersnapper.
Young whippersnapper militant, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we lost contact after we graduated, whatever. And I met him again a couple of times. But when I was in Washington State, I met him again. And I went and seen him and looked at him. I was like, yo, you don't remember me? He looking. I'm like, yo, from military school. He said, oh, shit. So I said that in the space of legacy because my mother and my father and all of the people that are above me in a grand parental space have already transitioned.
Mm-hmm.
So to know that somebody I was a child with, I don't know how many years later, 30 years, whatever the case may be, 30 years later, we're still in contact.
That's a blessing.
And I can go back 30 years, 40 years with some folk. You see what I'm saying? Like,
right.
And people still know you. People be pretending on the internet and doing all that. I wanted to be known and want ever to be known as somebody that people mess with the wrong way. And that's really it. Like, mess with the long way. Like, I was righteous by them, they was righteous by me, but the long way. The short-term people, they come and they go, but the long way, the meaning of the long way, there's nothing like it. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing like it. So I used to laugh when my mother would say that. I would be in my mother's presence. She'd be like, oh, I know this guy for 30 years, 40 years, 20 years. I'd be like, my mother probably telling me his tales. But until you become the tale, like, yo, I know this dude since, I know this girl since, blah, 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 blah. 30 years fly by. You know what I'm saying? 30 years fly by and people are still the same. Well, like, not the same, but in concentration. So that was a dope question for this moment. I probably would have gave you another answer another day.
Yeah, that's dope though. Those longevity type of friends or friendships are hard to come by nowadays. So to have that in this moment, that's great.
Out here picking poor Robin clean, okay?
Pick poor Robin clean. Yo, no BS, bro. I swear to God, they probably would have had our ass with that song, yo. That's really our shit, yo. We would have been out there.
Oh, that.
We
Who would win in the fight? I always wanted to know this ever since I was a child. The original Black Ranger or Tommy the Green White Ranger?
Who?
Tommy, the one who was the White Ranger, Green Ranger, whatever his
I
name.
am weak. And who was he? You said Tommy against who?
Don't act like you ain't watched the Power Rangers, okay? Don't
No,
act like you ain't watched the
I
Power
did, but
Rangers.
who
You
did you put
did.
him up against?
The black dude. The black dude
Oh
who
man,
was
are you talking about
breakdancing.
Zach?
Yes, Zach or Tommy in the fight. Because they never argued in that.
Because Zach was unproblematic. He was just glad to be there. Okay. Zach was like, listen, I'm the only black dude. Y'all already got me
He was the
black.
best dude. He wasn't in charge. He wasn't in charge. He was the best dude though.
Right. He was the best. He was the best martial artist out of all of them. You know, with them high kicks and stuff. To be honest, I think Zach got Tommy because you know Tommy be out of breath sometimes. That nigga used to be out of breath a lot. Especially when they got up in them older episodes. Yeah, Tommy would get tired. Zach had him. Then you know he had the little Asian chick as his girlfriend. So yeah, you know she was teaching him some type of shit. So yeah, I think Zach would have had Tommy. Let's see. If you could pick one of these women for the night, okay, the option is, let's see, yep. Halle Berry, Countess Vaughn, Halle Berry, Countess Vaughn, or you know Halle Berry. Halle Berry, Countess Vaughn.
I gotta make sure I hit the right age.
Or Janet Jackson in her prime. Janet in her prime, not Janet now. We talking about with the Janet like that. That Janet.
You said Jill Scott? I picked Jill Scott.
I didn't say nothing about no Jill Scott.
Oh, I thought you.
I said Halle Berry, Countess Vaughn, and Janet Jackson in her prime. One night. That's it. That's all you get.
One night?
Yep, one night.
Who was the choices again? What you said?
Losing Isaiah's mama.
She's out. She was in my.
You got Lil Kim Parker.
The Parker. Okay.
And if you're nasty, Miss Jackson. Who you picking?
I'm rolling with Countess. Okay.
Ain't
nobody gonna believe Janet Jackson. Like Janet Jackson. You know what I'm saying?
Why ain't nobody gonna believe about Janet Jackson?
Ain't nobody gonna believe Janet Jackson after that night. Okay.
Why?
Because she's gonna be looking for me the next day. She's going to break the rules. So that's why I just picked Jill Scott. Be like, all right. I thought you said Jill Scott. I was like, all right, I'm rolling with Jill Scott.
No, ain't nobody say no Jill Scott. We know Jill is a freak.
Hey, it's one night.
I'm weak.
One night. Jilly from Philly, holla at me, okay? You don't have to be for fake. We could be for real.
Not for real.
For real. Shit. Your best memory from the Bronx. Okay.
Shit. My best memories from the Bronx.
Yes. 2. Only 2. That's it. You got 2 to tell me right now.
Shit. Oh man. My best funniest memory is this was during middle school, and there used to be a store around the corner from our middle school that me and my homegirls would go to every morning before we go to school. We'd be late as a motherfucker going fucking with that store. And by our school, there's a bus stop. I think it was like the 5 bus or something like that. Or no, 36, something like that. I forgot now, but it was one of the buses that came by our school. And I always used to get on the back of the bus and hold the vents and ride from the corner where the store was to in front of my school, because I sometimes I feel like walking. So one day I was holding the damn vent on the back of the bus, and see, a lot of people, maybe y'all don't know this, but back in the day I used to have all these gold. I used to have a lot of jewelry on. All my fingers had like rings on it. My grandparents spoiled the hell out of me. And my Mickey Mouse rings was also popular back then. My Mickey Mouse and my Tweety Bird ring got stuck in the damn vent of the bus while I'm riding the motherfucker. My best friend at the time and my homegirl Kathy and Antoinette, they was chasing the bus down for the bus to stop. They had to stop the bus driver so he could help me get off the damn vent. So that's one of my favorite memories, because I never laughed so hard in my life. Real shit. I really couldn't have got drugged by that bus, but that shit was mad funny to me. I don't know why. That shit has always been funny to me. So that's one of my best ones. And then okay, Christina, if you're watching this, don't be mad, sis. I love you long time. Me and my girlfriend.
Allegedly. Right. Yeah.
Nah, that's what I really fuck with her the long way. Me and her, my homegirl, like we was mad close, my homegirl Christina, and we were beefing at the time. I really don't remember why we was beefing, but we was beefing. And back in New York, in the city, you have homeroom, and then you go to your classes. So on homeroom, we beefing. I got my little CD player disc on. She across on the other side. You know what I'm saying? You know, 90s shit. So
hold up, CD player in the 90s? Let me write that shit down.
The portable one.
Jazzie J had money in the 90s. Hold on. She didn't say a 3-button Walkman. All right, I just want y'all to hear that. Let me write that down. Jazzie had money in the 90s. I don't know what the Discman was in the 90s until the end of the 90s. By the time the Rough Riders came out.
Pretty much, because this was like 8th grade this happened. So I was going into high school. So, so she on the other side of the classroom or homeroom. I'm over here with my best friend, and my best friend like, yo, why she keep looking at you? Now, mind you, my best friend was being messy because our homegirl, we were beefing, but she did have a lazy eye. So my best friend was being messy as fuck. Like, she's like, she was being messy as fuck. Like, so she like, yo, why she keep looking at you? And I'm like, who? She like, Christina. And I look over there. I'm like, how you know she's
not looking at me? Her eye is looking at me.
Right. And look, and I'm just even more messy because I'm gonna say back to my best friend, how you know she looking at me? She could be looking at any one of these motherfuckers. Eye all over the place, messy as fuck. So it was just a mess fest. So I already had beef with her. So that was just like the battery right there in my back. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm like, yo, what you looking at? Like, who or what are you looking at? Because you all over the place. That's what I said to her. And then next thing I know, we fighting. We is fighting. I let her swing first. And then I did beat her up. And we have apologized to each other since, as adults. But yeah, we got in mad trouble. We got suspended behind that shit. But that was my reason why that's my best one, because it was kind of fucking funny, like, because we made a whole song up behind her, like, Cupid was out back then by 112, and I made up a whole song behind Sis's eyes with Cupid, like.
Cupid shot her in the eye and made her eye crooked. That's what you telling me? That's the story you going with right now?
Yo, kids back in the day, we won't shit.
.com.
All right, bro. So your best Jersey memory.
Leaving Jersey. Did you? That was it.
You said what?
Leaving Jersey.
Are you saying
Leaving
why
Jersey.
you say leaving Jersey?
I barely escaped with my life. My life was on the line.
You was fighting.
I was leaving Jersey like, what do you want from me? Before Tyree said it. Like, what do you want from me?
Yo, it's so crazy though.
What did Cal say? My fucking life. What did he say? Cal said
I'm
in that
fighting for
interview
my
to Cal. I'm fighting for my life. Okay. Yeah. I had to get up out of it. I had to get up out of there because it was time. It was time. So yeah, that was my best Jersey memory. Leaving up out of that motherfucker. Okay.
Mm.
And having the ability to come back and be there for like a couple of days or a week or so. Just gone. Okay.
Yeah.
So for the last 25 years, people have been like, yo, son, how long you home for? That's it.
Yo, why do we always get asked that question when we go home?
How long you home for? How long you home for? So the people that they don't know, if they don't know you, they think you came home from jail. Me, anyway.
Right.
They're like, oh, you just came home? You can't be doing nothing productive. Like, you just came home? I heard you just came home. Yeah, I just came home. Oh, where? How long you locked up for? That's it. So yeah, nah. I was doing too much in the street.
Yeah.
Righteously though, not even on no other, but both of the worlds collide. In the hood, I was Sharif and Old Dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, not me, not righteously. I was doing too much.
You was ratchet out there?
Yeah,
so I had to go. I had to go before a whole bunch of people went. You know what I mean? So one way or another. Best memory.
Yeah. I feel you. That's how it be though. That's always gonna be home based though, like always.
Chunk or pity pat?
Huh?
Chunk or pity pat? Or casino?
What the fuck is tongue?
Casino or pity pat?
You mean like the real casinos, like the slots and all that? That's what you mean?
The game. Casino.
Pity pat. Pity pat.
Dang. You said the casino, like when you gamble?
Yeah, like, because that's what I be on.
I be at the casino. I was at the casino.
Look, just hey, waitress, bring me a drink. I need some more quarters. That's what I be on.
That was
Let's see. 50 Cent or Diddy?
That was a fake question. Hold on, let me a real question.
Okay.
All right. What is it? Morris Chestnut or Morris Chestnut or Shamar Moore?
To do what? What we doing with them?
What you doing? I don't know what you're doing. I'm not doing anything.
One of them I know for sure I'm going. We may be going to the makeup counter. What we doing? Because one of them is not like the other.
All right. let me make it more interesting then. DMX or
who? Or Morris?
DMX or Idris Elba?
It's a tough one, but it ain't. I'm gonna roll with my husband, the ex, I'm still in mourning over my husband passing. So yeah, I'm rolling with my man X. We've been going together real bad since '96. Yeah. Let me see. Let me think of one. Oh, are you froze? Oh, you froze. Let me see. Let me think of a question. Mm.
Somebody wrote X gonna give it to you.
Who said that? I'm glad. See, they be
Focus. You
knowing.
gotta answer. You gotta ask a question.
Okay. Let me see. Your favorite podcast creator out of all the ones that you know, who is your favorite podcast creator and why? And
I got
don't
a
say me because
three-way
I'm
tie.
up here, bro.
I got a three-way tie. I got a
Okay.
three-way tie because over the years I had to do this. When you do your SWOT analysis, you have to list your competition, quote unquote. So it's a three-way tie between Lord Jamar the Godcast,
Mm-hmm.
the Killer Priest Podcraft,
I agree.
and Black Dot and his son and the Urban X Dynasty family over there.
Oh,
So that's
yeah.
like a three-way tie.
Those
One
were
that's
good.
not in the category. One is not in the category because ain't nobody in his category. Doggy Diamonds TV. Nobody's in his category.
That's true. Shout out to him too, and shout out to Killer.
Now somebody I've been watching lately, like the up and coming, even though they're not up and coming. What is that thing called? They're out in New York.
Okay.
They're out in New York. G Dep was over there. Uh, my man from The Wire and Oz, Bodie, my Gemini brother, he was over there. He was over there. They got real good guests and real good in the interview style, whatever
Mm-hmm.
it is. I just don't remember who it is. Oh, this rap y'all. This is Homegirl
Huh?
from the podcast.
Oh,
We was all hosting together that night. Remember?
on Killer Priest thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I actually, you know
I was
what? I was
tripping with
watching a
him.
couple of her shows. She's really dope. Like she's really dope.
Yeah.
So yeah, those were good ones. Those are good choices.
Yeah, y'all subscribe to Rap Y'all.
Say that again.
Yeah. I gotta remember the name of that.
Yo, but my favorite out of the three
I gotta
that you
remember the name
named,
of that
I'm
podcast.
gonna
I'll be
go with
watching
Killer.
it. Go ahead.
Mine's out of those three you named was Killer, because Killer's fans are hardcore. Like they're like a cult. Them boys go hard over there. They're so sweet though. They're like the sweetest fan base, but them boys hard over there.
Oh yeah, they all. That's my squad over there. They'll be over here later on. They'll be over here later on. So
You're up, bro. You're up. What you got?
Now you for the culture, okay? You for the culture. So this is one of them for the culture questions. All right.
Okay.
Put these three publications in order: Double XL, Source, and Vibe magazine.
For
From
me,
greatest to least.
the source would be first,
Mm,
then vibe.
mm.
That slot could go to either or because they either or. But I'm gonna go with the source first, then vibe, then double XL. I really don't really care for double XL. Sorry.
Double XL is the last place.
Yeah, I don't care for them. It's because you.
Mm.
I don't know. It's just like they freshman class be all over the place. Sometimes they just be needing to throw the whole class out. I mean, I'm sorry. I can't. Okay. Let's put these three leaders or activists rather, these three activists in order. Or
Activist?
activists.
Oh, okay.
My son,
Mm,
Lord Jamar,
mm-hmm.
um, Lord, I can't. He just left my damn brain. You know who I'm talking about.
I don't.
Um, oh my god, it's crazy because I just looked at a text from a while back from him. Yeah. Uh, the one that was going with messing around, hanging with Sukiana. Um,
Dr. Umar?
huh?
Dr. Umar?
Yes. Put those three in order, based on your opinion. Who's the most effective or been the most effective?
Effective. That's the criteria.
Mm-hmm.
Lord Jamar is number one for me.
Okay.
Dr. Umar is number two.
Okay.
Dr. Umar and Lord Jamar, I know them personally.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a personal bias, it's a qualifier.
Mm-hmm.
So I've known what Lord Jamar has done for decades. I also know what Dr. Umar has done for decades, but I also know the opposition that he was faced with and the people that have been actively working against him for a decade and a half.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes into one of them old Batman and Robin shows where it's like, if you can't beat them, join them.
Right.
So you come out here righteously and you get shitted on. So
Yeah.
when you become a character,
They love you.
all of a sudden they love you, they hate you, they love you, they hate you. So it turns into wrestling. I give that example all the time. Vince McMahon took some white dudes and some white girls that were horrible and turned them into superstars. They wasn't wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
Wrestlers, they were basic wrestlers, but they were all great wrestlers. You can't be an average wrestler. But the marketability, the sell, it turns into something else. So you turned them into public personas. They were larger than life characters. From
Yeah.
when they were young to old. You know what I'm saying? So my son might be different from a redemption level
Yeah.
because he's in a different category from a redemption level.
Mm-hmm.
It's like seeing Mega now, seeing some of these other people now. I remember them from 20 years ago and longer. So to see them not in the state that I saw them, it's
Right.
redeeming. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different thing. So the criteria for activists, that's my category based off of things long standing. Cultural impact is undeniable, regardless of my personally. And what Dr. Umar Johnson was doing for Black children before all of this other stuff, during all this other stuff, and after all this other stuff, he's still doing it. That's not pretend. That's not pretend. He's still doing it. He's still helping families out right now. I don't care what folks got to say about him. I don't care what folks got to say about the school and all this other stuff. When you're doing that, that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Now, all the other stuff, I'm not saying I'm letting it slide. Now, hell no. I'm not saying none of that. I'm saying the work that you're known for doing, you're still doing.
Right. That doesn't take away from the accolades.
Right. Right. Whether this other stuff goes, blah, blah, blah. Now, if he's harming children or people or whatever the case may be, that's a different discussion. Now I got to come and roll back and be like, yo, son, this dude out here doing that. Whatever.
Right.
But helping young Black children and Black families, blah, 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 all that, he's been doing it. And he's still doing it right now. So,
okay. I'm with that one. I could go with that list.
All right.
What you got?
Yes, your list. Since we got a fellow female podcaster creator in the building, your list of 3 most difficult challenges that you faced as a female podcaster CEO situation.
Three most difficult challenges I faced.
Yeah.
One is being taken seriously.
Mm.
Being taken seriously, because, and this is not like to toot my own horn or nothing like that, but I'm not an ugly girl. I'm not an ugly girl. I'm a pretty girl. And with that, sometimes people, well, a lot of men, I will say, take that as a avenue to, oh, well, if you do this, or I can do this, because I've had that happen to me a few times. So that, not being taken seriously. I would say being so many. I'm trying to narrow it down. So all right, not being taken seriously, and the fact that you get labeled as sometimes a bitch because you stand 10 toes down and firm on the things you believe in, and I've had that happen too, where I've not basically been called the words bitch, but labeled as, oh, I'm difficult because I won't go with the norm or what they are used to. So that, and the last one would probably be I faced challenges with I guess probably just being probably not a lot. I haven't had a lot of women forthcoming on the platform, not because I don't want them, because I know a lot of people that watch my show probably go, oh, she has a lot of nothing but males on. That's not true. I love to have women on. I would love to have more women on, but sometimes, within the black womanhood or sisterhood, whatever you want to call it. Sometimes, black women don't necessarily are too friendly to each other. We're friendly to everybody else, but we're not friendly enough with each other. So those are my three. Let's see. Your favorite, give me your favorite guest you've had out of the almost, because it's getting ready to be 10 years soon, bro, out to date. Your favorite guest. Matter of fact, give me your top three.
My top three out of 4,000. You see that thing down there at the bottom? It's 4,000
Yeah.
episodes. Okay?
Out of 4,000 episodes, give me your top three.
Look, if it wasn't you, I would have left. I was like, all right, this interview over. I would have took the mic off like Trent did in that last interview. Like, give me this.
You would have put a LeBron. You would have got your suitcase, your briefcase, and walked off.
Number one is Jalil Abdul-Muttaqin, one of the longest held political prisoners, 4 decades in prison.
Mm-hmm. That's a long time.
4 decades. Almost 5 decades. And I got a chance to hear a little bit of his story here. And that was somebody I wrote. Somebody I wrote while he was in prison.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So somebody I wrote and helped organize with to get released, all kind of stuff. Like, so to see him and to politic with him for a couple of hours, in fact, one of the greatest opportunities of my life. So that's one. Mm-hmm. 2 is my queen mother, warrior queen, Samaria Rice, Tamir Rice's mother. Mm-hmm. Number 2. She was a whirlwind. She was the kind of strength that she has, she shouldn't have to have. She should be protected at all times. So that's another thing. Like you're saying, as somebody in this industry, she lost her child. And people, like she went through all of the media tirades and all of the BS and people making money off her son's name and likeness and all of that, all kinds of stuff. You see what I'm saying? Like, and she was alone, whether in that store. Like, made me chill. She was alone when it happened to Emmett. You see what I'm saying? So, like, those kinds of things wasn't supposed to have to happen. And the last one isn't a guest. The last one is every celebration that I have so far. Because I learned very early, if you don't celebrate your accolades, nobody's going to celebrate. So today happened because I'm like, yeah, I'm doing something. Normally it's something and it's long and it's all day and it's all kinds of people, but I'm breaking it down in the segment so I can do the things that I need to do today. So we got like 2 minutes left. So give me your final thoughts, your shout outs, tell people where they can find you. Because I literally gotta go to another interview right after this.
Final thought is, first off, a very, very, very happy birthday to my mentor. And this is not only my mentor, people. This is my brother, my friend. We've been friends for almost 10 years now. I wish him nothing but the best. I'm so proud of where the platform has gone and where it's going. So just all around good God, nothing but the blessings for you, bro. Shout out to my son who's getting ready to graduate from 5th grade into middle school. My big boy, I'm so proud of him. the author, the national state math champion, all of that. So proud of you, baby boy. Shout out to my other 2 kids. Shout out to my husband. And where they can find me at, these days you can find me over here on Do the Knowledge Radio. Sometimes you can find me on Killer Priest platform. You can find me over on the Millionaires podcast. I'm around, but where you can mainly find me at is Something for the Culture every Monday night at 8 p.m. And we getting ready to close season 8 out and gearing up for season 9 in July.
Bars, y'all. We up out of here. Go mind your business, okay? And ain't nobody sent me no birthday gift, okay? Y'all been watching, you know what I'm saying, getting all this game and ain't sent nothing, all right? Nothing for the culture, all right?
Bro.
I'm up out of here.
Bye, y'all.